as we start this topic, I need to recap the last topic, and so I'm just going to start sharing my screen. And when I share my screen, please, if there's a question, if there's something that you need to put into my attention, you can just add a public chat there, and then I will see it. So I'll start sharing my screen. Yes, so I'm sharing this screen here. Okay, so I'm hoping that everybody can see the screen. So I'm sharing the screen. So I'll stop sharing the screen now. Okay, and then I'll share it again. I need you to confirm whether you are seeing that screen. So I'm confident that everybody is seeing the screen. So I will come here very quickly, and I will insert an equation here. Yes. And then here I will insert something still. Yes. Like that. Okay. So this is what I need to do here. Okay. Am I doing the right thing? Okay, let me first of all do whatever I want to do. So I need to come and insert the bracket there. And then here is where I can now come here and insert this function. That is quite in order. Good. So x plus 1 a, open the brackets, x minus 1 plus 1, so x plus 1 plus b, then I open the brackets here, x minus 1. Okay, that's the numerator. Then we have the denominator here. So the denominator is 1 minus x. Okay, ax plus b minus a minus b. Yes, so this is one I brought in the example. So this is the very last one I want us to do. This one I gave you in the assignments, and I was just concerned on the way you did it. So I just want to solve it. Just confirming that I've typed the right way. It is bx here. A minus b. So this one you simplify by use of common factors. Simplify by use of common factors. Simplify by use of common factors. So it means I first of all expand, and then I factor what actually. Let me first of all expand. Okay, so I'll start with the numerator here. Is still going to remain x plus 1. Plus 1 is still going to remain here. H function. So I will now come here, and then I will expand this. So a times x is ax. Okay, a times negative 1 is negative a here, and then plus b times x is bx. B times negative 1 is negative b. Okay, so for the numerator, I'm just going to do like that. And then I am now going to pair here. I pair that first because I want to, okay, don't want to underline the whole of it. So this, I want to pair this. So I want to pair ax minus a. So this, you pair this, it is not giving the option of underlining properly. So I pair the a minus a. I'm just going to highlight it in yellow here. And then bx minus b. I pair this. So I factorize as a pair. So I will come below here, and then I'll continue by saying x plus 1. And this one is x plus 1. And then I pair this. So ax minus a, what is common? A is common. Okay. A is common. So I open the brackets here. So I open the bracket here. So what do I multiply with a to get ax? X. What do I multiply with a to get negative a? So minus 1. I multiply with negative 1. And then we continue to this one here. Bx and b. So what is common in bx and bx minus b? So I can say here b is common. What do I multiply with b to get bx? B. Oh, sorry. X. I need to multiply with the x. I need to multiply b with x to get bx. And do I multiply with b to get negative b? I need to multiply this one with negative 1. So as you can see, the ones that are inside the brackets, yeah, they are occurring twice, which means it's a common factor. Okay, but if it's a common factor, I just need to write it once. So I'll come here and write the whole of this equation. Sorry, expression. It's not an equation. And then I come here. Remember these ones I should have put this. They should have been inside this. They should have been inside this. And even here they're going to be inside this. So you can simply say this one looks like this. So I can maybe cut and paste it inside there. Yeah, it's going to look like that. Okay. Yeah. So this, I'm just going to write these ones once. So in short, now whatever is going to be inside these brackets is going to be x minus 1 is a common factor multiplied by. So here I'm going to have x minus 1 multiplied by a. I consider the ones outside in the brackets, a and b, and all of them are positive. So it is a plus b. Okay. So when I come inside here, I'm going to have these two brackets here. So I'm going to have this x minus 1. And I'm going to have this one, a plus b. A plus b. I'm going to have a plus b. Okay. Yes. So it's going to be like that. And then I can now come to the denominator here. And then I sort out the denominator. So in the denominator here, I can see this one was 1 minus x. It's going to remain like that one. And then I have these two, ax, bx, and ab. Ax, bx, and ab. So I'm going to come here and ask myself, okay, what is common there? Oh, sorry. So I have this way. So this is so in ax, bx, what is common? X is common. So I put x here. I open the bracket. X, what do I multiply with x to get ax? A. What do I multiply with x to get b? So I say minus b. Okay. Then I come here. In this other case here, I take this pair here. So I've taken this pair first. Okay, I've paired that one first. And then I come now and pair the rest. This is the other one. Remember, when you are pairing, you should observe the signs very carefully. So negative A should be observed properly there. So it's like that. Then I come here and then I open another bracket. So in negative A and negative B, what is common? Book negative A is the same as negative 1A and negative 1B. So if I consider this one, the number that is common here is negative 1 is common. What do I multiply with negative 1 to get A? A. What do I multiply with negative 1 to get negative 1B? Just a moment here. Just a moment. I need to observe something so that I don't do this wrong. This is x plus b. This is plus. This one is not negative. Okay. This one is positive. Because what do you multiply with x to get x a? To get ax a. What do I multiply with x to get bx? Positive. So it is plus. So what do I multiply with so I was here. So I've said in this second pair here, negative 1 is common. So I get negative 1 outside of the bracket. What do I multiply with negative 1 to get a? Negative to get negative 1a, it is a, positive a. What do I multiply with the negative 1 to get negative 1b? It is positive b. So this one now becomes positive here. This one is b, positive. Okay. And so in the denominator here, so let me just come and put the denominator here. So in the denominator, I have 1 minus x. I continue putting everything there, 1 minus x. And then you can see a plus b. Let me space this. You can see here a plus b is common in this case. So it means we only write a plus b once. I'll put it in the bracket, a plus b here. And then we put the ones outside the bracket, x minus 1. X minus 1. That is how our problem is going to look like. So the numerator, this one is going to be the what? This one is going to be the denominator. Then this one is going to be the where is the numerator? And this is going to be the numerator here. So let me come below here now and insert my fraction. So I can now put everything as per the way I'm supposed to put it here. So I'm going to have what? In the numerator. I'm going to have this. Then I insert the, I don't equal that again. So this and this. I'm just going to have what? This, and this, and this. In the numerator, I have x plus 1. Sorry. X plus 1. X plus 1 is this part here. So x plus 1 is just going to remain here. Okay, so x plus 1 is here. And then this one we replaced it with x minus 1, a plus b. Plus b. So is the one that replaced this one when we factorize this one. So remember we came here and we paired it properly. So is the numerator. So x plus 1. Then we have x minus 1, a plus b. And then in this case we have the denominator 1 minus x, a plus b, x minus 1. So we just want to arrange them here so that we can form our conclusions. 1 minus x, a plus b, then finally I have x minus 1. Now this is multiplication. So remember here, in between the brackets here, we are multiplying. So let me just add it so that you can see this multiplication. In the assignments, the one that I gave, I think somebody was just cancelling even where there is addition. You cannot cancel, for example, you cannot cancel in this case here where you have addition. Anywhere we have addition, you cannot cancel. No, you have to make sure it is multiplication. And multiplication means when you see two brackets that are not separated by any other number or any other sign, it means this one is multiplication. Okay, so this is the only case that you can, and whatever is being cancelled is inside the bracket. So for example, I can say, I can now find a plus b. I can now take a plus b. I can now take a plus b, and these are a plus b, and then I can cancel them. This one. These ones I can cancel. Okay, so those ones are already cancelled. Then I have what do I have? X minus 1 and x minus 1. I also cancel them. X minus 1 cancels with x minus 1. So this is the only scenario that you can cancel, where there is multiplication and division, not where there is addition and subtraction. So that means in my answer here, I'm left with x plus 1 over 1 minus x. As you can see in this particular case, this example here, x plus 1, x is positive, x is negative. X is positive, x is negative. So what am I going to do? So I can take this one here. Let me insert this fraction. So we have x plus 1, and here 1 minus x. Okay, so 1 is positive. One is positive in both cases. So I have x plus 1 and 1 minus x. That is a part of my answer. Okay, let me see. X plus 1, 1 minus x. So I wanted to see whether I could simplify this further. So in this regard, I don't think this one I can simplify it further. Okay. But if this one, if it was, no, you cannot simplify it further than this. So in this particular case, let me just, so in this particular case, you just have this one as your answer. So you have to keep on simplifying, you factorize, and then you simplify. So simplify by use of common factors. So you have simplified our answer to this, okay, by use of the common factors. So common factors is in this particular case, you first of all expand. So we started by expanding. So the numerator, we expanded it to this, and then we simplified it. So we paired it here. We saw that in ax minus a, we can simplify that. Why? Because a is a common factor. So we get outside of the bracket, a multiplied by x minus 1. Bx and b, we can see b is a common factor here. We do that. Then we can see x minus 1 is being repeated. So we only write it once. So we have, so at the denominator here, we are only going to have x minus 1 here. Then we have 1 minus x here. Okay, and then we consider the ones outside the bracket. So here we have x minus 1, and then we have a plus b. And then in the denominator here, we also kept the denominator here. The denominator, I think, was already okay. So the only thing we just did was factorize. So x plus bx, what is common? We found that x was common. So you add 3 plus b. In negative a and negative b. So I am the one who added this one to just to show you what was common. So you can see negative 1 is common. So you multiply with a plus b. So you get the common factors inside the bracket is a plus b, and then you have x minus 1. So you come, you write them here. Remember, all these brackets are being multiplied with one another. There is division. So in multiplication and division, you can cancel the similar number. So x minus 1 cancels with x minus 1. A plus b cancels with a plus b. So you can see all of them are in a bracket. You cannot come and start, like now in this case, you cannot come and start cancelling in this case where you have not simplified. Where there are additions and all those things, no. You have to solve a bracket as 1. You have to solve a bracket as 1. So you are left with x plus 1 and 1 minus x. You cannot simplify this one further because you can see 1 is positive in both cases. X is the only one that is having the alternative sign. But if it was the other way around, x was positive and 1 was negative here, you could have simplified this one further, just like we did last time. So I wanted to talk about this, and then I go to the part of substitution. Okay, substitution. So let's see. Evaluate. Just do 2 or 3 examples here very quickly because they are very simple. Evaluate. Then you can see here a squared. Is it plus? No, minus. Minus. Caps lock. A squared. I want a squared. I want small a. A squared minus a squared minus b cubed. I insist this one is a small letter. When a is equals to 1 and b is equals to 2, b is equals to 2, and then we can also do it when solve it when. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. So let's first of all do this, and we can solve this here. A squared minus ab when a is equals to 3. Then it's simple. So we can just let's use when a is equals to 1 and when a is equals to 1 and b is equals to 2. So let us solve this. Now what is a squared? A squared, a squared a squared, just like I said last time, means a multiplied by itself. A multiplied by itself. So when a is equals to 1, in this particular case, we say it is 1 times 1, and the answer is 1. 1 times 1, the answer is 1. Okay, we continue. What about b cubed minus? Remember, this is minus b cubed. What does that mean? Minus b cubed. So this one you can do it 2 ways. Okay, you can do it 2 ways. The first one is you say minus b cubed minus b cubed minus b cubed. This one is kumbuka minus b cubed. This one is 1. There's 1 here. So remember, it's 1 here. So this one is negative 1 multiplied by b cubed. So multiplied by b multiplied by b multiplied by b. That's what that means. So it is negative 1. So it is negative 1. Please stop speaking. If you're muted, please remain muted. There's a place where there's a public chat somewhere. Now, I am sharing my screen and my screen is visible. When I share my screen, there's a place written on my screen, stop sharing, and I can see that I am sharing, and I have not hidden it. So it is very visible. Unless there is a problem with your network, I don't think there's a problem on my side. I can share my screen and my screen can be seen. And this video, I'm going to upload it on YouTube. So you can go back to the video and you can watch it properly. So evaluating A squared. Okay, let me put it in brackets so it can be seen here. As this. Whatever I'm doing here can be seen on the screen because I can share it and unshare it. Right now I'm sharing it. Now A squared, we said A squared is A multiplied by itself. Now, when we are doing it when A is equals to 1, so this is 1 times 1, which is 1. Okay, so we already have the answer to that. And then we come to negative minus B cubed. Minus B cubed, I've said the coefficient of B here is negative 1. So minus negative 1 B cubed is negative 1 multiplied by B multiplied by, that is B multiplied by itself 3 times. So it is negative 1. And we are solving the value of B when B is equals to 2. So multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2. So the answer to, multiplied by 2. So the answer to this is negative 1 multiplied by 8. So the answer is negative 8. So as you can see there, as you can see here, 1 times 1, that is A squared, the answer was 1. Minus B cubed minus 8. So it is 1 minus 8. And 1 minus 8, you get your answer as negative 7. That's the first way that you can do it. The second way that you can do it is you say A squared, which is 1, and then you put a minus, and then you say B cubed. So you just ignore this one first. Kumbuka this one is negative 1. Then you just take B cubed. The number B cubed is 2, but the value of B is equals to 2, so it is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So you just come here and this is 1 minus 8, and then you get your answer as negative 7 direct. In the second case, we are doing A squared minus AB. So A squared, you know what A squared means. Minus AB, I'm just going to put this one here. Negative 1 multiplied by A multiplied by B. So this one means negative 1. You multiply this one by A, multiply this one by B. Negative 1, you multiply by A, you multiply by B. So this one is negative 1. You multiply it by what? Negative 1, you multiply it by A is equals to 1, and B is equals to 2. So you multiply by 2. So the answer there is going to be very simple. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. So the answer is negative 2. So A squared is 1 times 1. So it is 1. And the whole of this is giving us minus 2. 1 minus 2, the answer is negative 1. Or you can just decide to, first of all, solve A squared, and you get your answer as 1. And then you say, you solve this one separately. Okay? A minus B, you solve it separately. And then after you get the answer, you multiply by negative 1. So A times B is 1 times 2, which is 2. 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. And then you get your answer as 1 minus 2. The answer is negative 1. This is a part of substitution. This is a part of substitution. So what is going to happen is instead of having real numbers, so you're just given this one is symbolic representation. So you're just given letters here, and then you replace them with the numbers that are given. It can even happen in a formula if A is equals to R squared minus R squared. This one is a mathematical representation, meaning you're using the big radius and then you're using the small radius. Okay. And then here you are told that when R, capital R, when R is equal to 19 and R is equals to 11. Okay. So when R is equals to 19, that's capital R, and when small r is equals to this one. So it means R squared means R times R, so R times R. So this one is 19 times 19. And then you have R, small r is equals, sorry, small r here is 11, so you have 11 times 11. So R times R here. So you just say this answer 19 times 19 minus, sorry, 19 times 19 minus 11 times 11. 11 times 11 is 121. I don't know what's 19 times 19, so you can just get that one, and then you find the answer to that one here. So you just say 19 times 19, you get the answer, and then you subtract 11 times 11. You get your answer, and then you can get your answer there. So this is what happens when we say substitution. Now, when it comes to surface area, this is area of 2B A plus C plus A multiplied by C. Find A if A is equals to 40, B is equals to 30, and C is equals to 20. How do you find A? So you say capital A is equals to, so 2B. 2B means 2 times B. So 2, you multiply by, the value of B is 30, 30, okay, 30. Then you open the brackets here. Inside here, you add A plus C. So A is 40, so you add 40 plus C is 20, 20. And then here you add AC. AC is A multiplied by C, which is 40 multiplied by 20. I can put this one into a bracket, but you can see this one is different from the others. So you start by saying 2 times 30 here. 2 times 30, you know, is 60. So 60 is going to multiply by whatever is inside the bracket, 40 plus 20, which I'm sure is also 60. So 60 times 60. Then after you do that, you add the answer to 40 times 20. Times 20, you add this one too. 4 times 20, I know, is 800. So 60 times 60 is what? Times 60 is 3,600 plus 800. And that will give you the answer to A. So in the case of substitution, you just replace numbers with letters. So you're just given that is on the alphabet. So you have a formula A is equals to 2B plus into brackets AC close the bracket plus. So you just replace the numbers with the you just replace the letters with the numbers that are here. So A is equals to 40. Everywhere there is an A, small a, you replace that one with 40, and so on and so forth. So that is what entails substitution, and it is a very small part. Okay, it's a very small part. So I don't think that one is a problem in that. So I need to come here and open something new. So I'll stop sharing this. Now, I have said I'm sharing my screen. When I share my screen, everybody can see what I'm doing. When I share my screen, I can see that I'm sharing my screen. Screen yangu hapa imeandikwa, you are already sharing your screen. So do you want to hide or do you want to stop sharing? So I said, unless there's a problem on your side, when I'm sharing my screen, I'm confident of what I am doing. I can share my screen and I can see it. Okay? And I can see the problem is only with 2 people here. Probably that's, I've said this video, I'm just going to record it on YouTube, and you are going to see whatever I was sharing. So you are going to be very confident that you are the one who was not, probably I don't know what you are doing, but when I share my screen, I can be able to see it. And I just says starting screen share. For example, I want to share another screen now here. Okay. When I share this screen, it is going to say I'm starting screen share, and you're supposed to come and see here. So if your network is slow, I don't know, it might not share as much as fast. This one is not like Zoom. Zoom, the screen shares very quickly. But for this one, you need to have proper and stable network. So so I need now to come up with a new share of today's topic, which is ratios, benefits, proportion, and percentage. Let me save it. So this. So if I want to stop sharing, I stop sharing like that. And you can see you can hear there's a sound. Okay. And it tells you are not sharing your screen. And then when I start screen sharing, I come back here again. You now come here. The video is on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and you can check the video. So I'm just going to make sure I append the video there. So you just follow up the video slowly, and then you'll be able to see this. So I'll be explaining what these are. So let us start with the rate. And the rate is nothing but a quotient relationship between 2 quantities that okay, that this is supposed to be quantities of different kind. A quotient relationship between 2 quantities of different kind. What is a quotient relationship? It means you are dividing. A quotient means there is a numerator and a denominator. So you are dividing something with another one. Okay. So, for example, the speed of a vehicle is a quotient relationship between distance traveled over the time taken. You see now, this one, a speed now becomes a rate. Speed becomes a rate. Why does it become a rate? Is a quotient relation between two different quantities. Distance, the SI unit of distance is kilometers. Or it can be given in other quantities. So you can have like kilometers. Time is given in, sorry, time itself, time we give time in hours. So you can see kilometers and hours are not similar. They are different kinds. So these are two quantities that are different. So distance in kilometers and time in hours are different quantities. And so the quotient relationship is what is the meaning of the word rate. So in this case, the rate is a speed. And in this case, the speed is going to be in kilometers per hour. If I give my distance in kilometers and my time in hours, so that means my rate is going to be in kilometers per hour. So we are going to just look at a few examples and then we move on. So that is what a rate is, a quotient relationship between two quantities of different kinds. Now, a laborer's wage is 240 shillings per 8-hour working, 8-hour working day. What is the rate of payment? What is the rate of payment per hour? What is the rate of payment per hour? The rate of payment per hour. So there is a person who is working. So a laborer is a person who is working and is given a wage. That is a daily amount of 240 shillings per 8-hour working day. So that means he has to work for 8 hours. So a working day is calculated or is given 8 hours. Okay, what is the rate of payment per hour? Okay, so we are going to say 240 shillings is given when you work for 8 hours. Okay, so here we are asking what is the rate of payment per hour. So the rate of payment is X shillings, which you don't know, 1 hour. And in this case, you properly know that here we just come and cross multiply this one very fast. So you cross multiply here. You cross multiply that one. And you multiply that one with this other one here. To get your answer. And so you multiply 8 times x. That one is 8x is equals to 1 times 240, which is equals to 240. So you get x. To get the value of x, you have to say 240 divided by 8, where you're going to get the answer is 30. So 30, remember 30 is shillings, okay? So it's going to be 30 shillings per hour. 30 shillings per hour. 30 shillings per hour. So that's one way you can do it. The other way that you can do it to show the quotient relationship. So you can see the rate of payment here is equals to, and then you insert your quotient here or your fraction. So it's supposed to be, so our quotient here is what? Amount of money paid. Amount of money paid, okay? And the denominator here is the number of hours worked.
Wenye wasemi sisikii kitu. Tabitha, unasikia kitu? Wenye wasemi nasikia kitu, mimi sisikii kitu. Sasa naona amestop kwa increase and decrease of ratio.
Hakuna kitu nasikia. Haya.
Chali kwa ratio. Alafu ameruka tena ameenda tena increase and decrease ratio. Aje amefika hapo. Aje hatajamaliza ratio. Hata ratio sijaona mahali imeishia. Nimeona tu 8 cm square is equals to bas. Alafu na ndo ameenda tena increase and decrease. Mimi nakwambia mao. Vitima. Acha tu tunyamaze. Si class imeisha ama? Tutoke tu.
Atimeisha. Nice.
Jokuna
Wala najaribu kumponda shiki.
Basi phone yake
try kumponda shiki.
Stima ime.
Haijazika. Tapiga mpaka ashike.
Labda anatumia wifi alafu stima imeenda.
Yeah.
Wale hata afadhali tu Zoom guy. Kwa mao Zoom ndio iko sawa.
Bra, acha kunilai. Ashiki simu, shauri yenu, pambaneni.
Acha mi niende maini.
Let's continue now with the screen share. Konata, you can see this?
Yes.
Okay. So, Brad, can you see this? Brad, can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
What about the others? Okay, now, so we, okay, good. I can see our good friend Lorato. I don't know whether she has come back or not. Lorato, labda alihanga akaona tu aende. So let's continue. Here we were increasing a ratio or decreasing a ratio. Now remember we said every ratio A is to B is the same as A over B. Okay, A is the same as A over B. Let me underline this. Bold. Okay, increasing or decreasing a ratio. So to increase or to decrease a ratio, you have to write a ratio as a quotient. Okay. So if you're increasing 20, the ratio 5 is to 4, it's just to multiply 20 times 5 over 4, and the answer is 25. Decreasing 45 in the ratio 7 is to 9 is 45, you multiply by 7 over 9. So A is to B is the same as A over B. So the price of a pen is adjusted in the ratio 6 is to 5. So 6 is to 5, you can see 6, obviously 6 over 5, it means it is more than 1. So the price is increasing. So if the original price was 50, the new price is 50, will increase in the price in the ratio 6 to 5. The answer is 60. Okay. Let's compare ratios now. We want to compare this ratio 2 over 3. 2 is to 3 and 4 over 5. We want to compare and see which one is bigger and which one is smaller than the other one. I was saying you can do it you can do these 3 ways. So I'm just going to start the first way here. You still get the same marks. So I just want to insert enough fractions to have to use at least 3 methods here. Not that. I wanted to do this. Yes, this and this. So if I show you more than one method, so let's come here. It's 2 over 3. Over 3. I make this one bigger so that you can see it properly. And here I have 4 over 5. 4 over 5. The first way that I do here is you take these two, you compare the numerator, the denominators. That is 2. Okay, the denominator is 4. 3 and 4. So if this is 3, and I want to compare this and this, this is 4 or 5. I don't know how I'm doing this. And why is not somebody not correcting me? And your mics are on. Okay, 2 only, 4 or 5. So I am now comparing the 3 and 5 as the denominators. So I start with the denominator. So to compare, it means I have to multiply this one by 5. And this one, this is 5. I now multiply this one by 3. So if I multiply the denominator by 3, the numerator I also multiply by 3. If I multiply the denominator by 5, the numerator I also have to multiply by 5. 5. And so this one, is 10. And here, this one is 15. This one is 12. And this one is 15. So you have two answers here. So you have 10 over 15 and 12 over 15. Which one is bigger? Obviously, 12 over 15. 12 over 15 is 4:5. So you can come here and say 4:5 is greater than, okay? You can say is greater than 2:3. That's how you give the answer. Here you have compared. This is how you compare. You have said 4 over 5 is greater than 2 over 3. Or you can simply say 2:3 is less than. Write down. 2:3 is less than 4 over 5. 4:5. So all these answers are correct. 4:5 is greater than 2:3, or 2:3 is less than 4:5. Those answers are correct. So this is the first way. So actually what you do, the basic aim, you take the denominators 3 and 5. You find the LCM, which is 15. So what do you multiply with 3 to get 15? 5. What do you multiply with 5 to get 15? 3. So you multiply the denominator by 3, you also multiply the numerator by 3. You multiply the denominator by 5, the numerator by 5. So you get 10 over 15 or 12 over 15. That is one way. Now you can take 2 over 3 in the next method. You can take 2 over 3 here, and then you multiply by the LCM of the denominator, which is 3 and 5. The denominator, the LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. So when you multiply that one by 15, you say by 3, 1, by 3, 5. So you get the answer here, 10. And then you can take 4 over 15 here. Then you can multiply this one by the LCM, which is 15, or you're going to get 4 over 5. 4 over 5 times 4 over, this is 5, not 15. 4 over 5. 4 over 5. So by 5, 1, by 5, 3. So the answer here is 12. So you ask yourself, which one is bigger, 10 or 12? You get 12 is bigger. So 4 over 5 is greater than 2 over 3, or vice versa. Okay? The other way is you can just literally divide. You say 4 over 15. So why am I getting 15? So you can say 2 over 3. And the answer is what? Not that. The answer is, then I can come here, then I can say 4 over 5. And I can come here and say the answer is, so 2 over 3, I think the answer is 0.6. Let me just calculate here. So this nowadays I'm not sharing calculator. It's a longer process here than yeah. Is this 0.67? 0.667. Okay. 4 over 5 is the same as 4 divided 5 is the same as 0.8. So you ask yourself which one is bigger between 0.6 and 0.8, and you know that 0.8 is greater than this one. So it means 4.5 is greater than 2 over 3, or 2 over 3 is less than 4:5. So that is how you compare. This is how you compare ratios. Inakuwa tu namna hiyo. It is very, very simple. Okay, so whichever ratio you have, you can use any of these three methods. So I've said the first method is you get the denominators. So you write this one in the form of A over B, so 2 over 3, and then this one you write it in the form of 4 over 5. So the denominator is 3 and 5. What is the LCM? 15. What do you multiply with 5 to get 15? 3. If you multiply the denominator by 3, you multiply the numerator by 3. What do you multiply with 3 to get 15? 5. If you multiply this one by If you multiply the denominator by 5, the numerator also by 5. So you get 10 over 15, 12 over 15. Which one is bigger? Yeah, 12 over 15 is bigger than 10 over 15. So it means this ratio is bigger than that ratio. You can also multiply each and every case by the LCM of 3 and 5, which is 15. So you get 10, and here you get 12. Okay, so 10 is less than 12, and 12 is greater than 10. Simple as that. Or you can simply divide. You say A over A is to be the same as A over B. So this is 2 over 3, 0.67. This one is 4 over 5, 0.8. 0.8 is greater than 0.67. You can now compare and you can get your answer. We continue to the last part. Can you hear me? Either and your friends.
Yes.
In a given ratio, distributing a quantity in a given ratio. Distributing a quantity in a given ratio. My brightness has dropped significantly. Why? Okay. So if a quantity is to be divided in the ratio A is to B is to C, the fraction of a quantity is represented by A will be given by, not capital A, I want small a. B will be given by, and C will be given by. So here I come and insert this very clear. Okay, I'm supposed to insert this. I insert the same fraction again. I continue by inserting it here. So this is how you distribute. So it is A over A plus B plus C. So here it is going to be B over A plus B plus C. And here C over A plus B plus C. So this is how you do. If a quantity is to be divided in the ratio is to B is to C, the fraction of the quantity is represented by A. Can zoom this one for you a bit. But maybe someone, so that you can see it properly or clear. So that is what we say. And what do we distribute that? So we have an example here. A 72-hectare farm is to be shared among 3 sons in the ratio 2 is to 3, 2 is to 3 is to 4. 2 is to 3 is to 4. What will be this? What will be will be the sizes in hectares. This is abbreviated as HA in hectares of the 3 shares. Okay, so here a 72 hectare farm. A 72 hectare farm. This one is a question mark here. Okay, 72 hectare farm is to be shared among its 3 sons in the ratio 2:3:4. So let son A akweli alipata 2. Okay, so you start by saying 2 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, that the answer is 2 plus 3 plus 4 is what? 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, so one son is going to get 2/9 of the total share. Of total share. The other one is going to get what? 3/9 of the same of total share. Then the other one is going to get 4/9 of total share. Okay, so what does that mean? In this case, it means this is 2/9 times 72. 2/9, then you multiply by 72. I'm sure that you're going to get a certain answer. Here, 3/9. This one you will calculate. I am not solving this one. You know the answer to this 72. This one is 4/9. You multiply by 72. So this is how you distribute. This is how. So probably someone can give us the answers to that. In a position to do that. So this is how to distribute a quantity in a given ratio. So I'm waiting for answers. Your mics are on. So I'm waiting for answers here. Let me just do another one example. The angles of a quadrilateral are in the ratio 6. 6:4 is to, I'm typing wrong. 6:4 is to 3 is to 2. Calculate the sizes. Calculate the sizes of the angles. Okay. So the first thing is you start by saying angles in a quadrilateral. What is a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is a 4-sided figure. So what you ask yourself, what are the total angles in a quadrilateral? It is equals to 360 degrees. You see that one, you are not going to be given that one in the exam. That one is up to you now. Okay, 360 degrees. Okay, so let's say we have angle A, and we have the angle at B, and then we have the angle at C, and then we have the angle. The angle at A is going to be given by, just going to put the this for the first one. We save a little bit more time. So this one is going to be A is equals to A plus is equals to A plus